What's going on, Leo? Roar. Ciao. What has been going on? Sorry, we're in New York City, so. I know. There's an elephant in the room, but not really. I've kind of been on a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a break. Needed to get away. Just giving you a moment to soak in Felicia. Right? Let's get into it, Leo. Why not? Let's just dive right in. This is going to be your May proofread with me, Kendrick from Providence Tarot. I visited home, you all, for a week in Atlanta. Actually, right before I sat down to do your reading, Georgia on My Mind came on, and I was like, what? I'm using the Tarot of the Divine Masculine, which is my newest deck. I love it. I'll show you the cover in a sec. And then I'm going to show you the cards too. They have a very, what would I say? Male androgynous vibe, feel. Vibe. La mode. En vogue. He wrote. She wrote. All she wrote. Anyway, let me go ahead and cut these cards and cut it out and give y'all something to listen to me talk about since it's been so damn long up in here. Had a great time at home with my family. Really crazy at some points, just for me, energetically, honey. But I'm glad I went home because I needed to know a few things, right? Okay, let's see what's going on. Keeper of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. Bam. Look at how good you look sitting right there, honey. In between the star and the moon. So the Keeper of Wands is the equivalent of the Queen of Wands. This is talking about searching for yourself, right? But we're searching for ourselves through action, right? We are experiencing ourselves in the moment, okay? So it's always being aware what we are capable of. Always being aware of our power. Being very much aware of our creativity and the diversity of our creativity, right? The flexibility within our our creation. There are many different levels to it. There are many different vibes to it. There are many different moods, okay? And then the Keeper of Wands wants you to sit up straight, and it wants you to believe in all of those things that make you up, right? All of those different components. The Keeper of Wands is definitely your energy. It's asking you to remember your energy, okay? But also, like, be authentically you, whatever that is, right? So there are many different shades of yellow, right? There are many different shades of brown, of tan, and all of that. So some of you might be thinking about changing your hair color just because the Keeper of Wands has, the lion with the mane here. Also, it's asking you to kind of like take risks, If you're thinking about doing something, don't waste time thinking about doing it. Just put it into action, put it into form, and then, those are sort of like magical things can happen, because this is the equivalent of like a feminine energy with masculine, like I said, both, right? Mercurial, intelligent, sharp. You could be dealing with somebody like that, sassy, right? You could be feeling a little bit more sassy, right? And by sassy, I mean in yourself. I'm realizing who I am, what I'm made of, okay? And what you're passionate about, and at your core, at your heart, right? This is also related to the solar plexus chakra and also the heart chakra. And I would say the throat chakra only because she's ruled by Venus, the Empress, which is a 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on back here. 3 of Pentacles, there we go. So we are working towards something. You know, it takes a long time to carve something out. It takes a while to get something to really be the way that we truly envisioned it. And even when we have carved something out to be the shape and the way that we have envisioned it, we still have a little more ways to go to finesse something and to make it really be what we have imagined it to be, right? And these 3s here are talking about imagination. They're talking about creativity, and it's talking about working on a craft in some kind of way. You know, it could be performance art. It could be something that's like visual art. It could be something that is like narration or something like that, just because these 3s are working here. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles, which is an exaltation of Mars being in Capricorn. Mars coming from the 1st house of Aries, where I am. And it's like, I am my karma. And it's like you have definitely brought something into... You are experiencing a moment where you have kind of realized what your purpose in life is. And that's what this 3 of Pentacles is. And that's why when we sort of like are able to, you know, diversify, we see the diversity within ourselves as we come from the 1st house and we make it to the 10th house. And then we can use all of those different facets of ourselves to really make things happen and make things take shape, right? Bring form to things in our lives in ways that we never thought before, right? In magical and mystical ways, right? And this is saying like the time that it has taken for you to get to this level, right? Because everything takes some time for you to get through a level. And it has to do a little bit with some of life's experience, which is why we're coming from that 1st to that 10th, okay? And we've hit all those cardinal houses there. So we hit the 4 points, you know, so things start to make sense. Things start to come into form, you know what I mean? You start to... you know, it's like all of these different seasonings, right? Sometimes when you create a brine for something, you know, when you create a brine for something, you've got to have the salt. You've got to have the sugar. You've got to have the spices. You've got to have the herbs, right? You've got to have the vinegar. You know what I mean? All of those different components that actually come together, and it actually takes quite a long time to brine something and to get it to really absorb and take on all of those different flavors and all of those different seasonings, right? These are 3s, the Keeper of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles, and Cancer is connected to the 3rd ray, which is why these 3s are also connected to water. Okay, which is the High Priestess. Anyway, I guess I'm back. So yeah, life experience, all of those different seasonings, all of those different seasons of your life, relationships and things like that, that actually influence you. Those karmic relationships that were fated to be integrated into your experience so that you could actually build upon all of those different things, right? Even if there are towers that fall, you can take those things and you can build from that, right? Because it really is about climbing. Because lions climb. You know, the sun, which rules Leo, is a 10. The 10th house is Capricorn, yes? The goats climb. Capricorn, new heights. Capricorn, time that it takes. Patience, right? Determination, stamina, endurance, because it's never as easy as you think it's going to be. Let's see what the challenge is here. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy coming from Scorpio. 1/3 Scorpio, 2/3 Sagittarius, okay? And this is fire on fire, okay? So very much passionate, right? It is your craft that actually is getting you out of the traumas of your life, right? Leaving the traumas behind through your creative Spirit, you're creative, because this is about the spirit too. The spirit that lives on, the spirit that continues, you know, the energy that carries on, you know, fiercely carrying on, right? But it's covering that art. It's covering that which we have built and cultivated and are still working on, you know, because this is a card of mastery, you know. So it's like, just when we think that, you know, we're mastering ourselves, but then we're also mastering our craft, we're mastering relationships, we're mastering emotions, we're mastering intelligence, you know what I mean? We're mastering all of these different facets of who we are, right? Three of Pentacles, Mars and Capricorn. Connected to the Queen of Pentacles as well. Again, that's Capricorn. Coming from Sag. She would be right here after this. She would be after the Knight of Wands, actually. Just hey. All right, we don't have the Knight of Wands, but we have something close to it. In the past, the Six of Wands, right? Yeah. This is basically the same thing, because what is this? This is Jupiter being in Leo. Jupiter being 9 houses away from where it originates. Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong about that. This is Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter is in Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. 9 houses. So yeah, it loves being there, right? Sagittarius. So moving forward, keep it moving, keep it going, right? You know? Because this is a point of self-discovery that no one can go with you here. To this point of self-discovery, no one can go here with you. Do you hear it? The drum roll. Ta-da! Honey, you're only taking one horse, so that means you're the only one going. About to take that trip again, right? You know, this is Jupiter living its best life, right? And it's achieving something. It's getting to there. It's making it, right? And it's also learning, right? Some things you just got to learn on your own, right? 9th house, Sag energy, Leo, but Jupiter being in Leo, 9 houses from where it originates. Going on that journey on your own, right? Because there's only some things you can achieve. You have to feel that achievement within yourself, right? But everything is so vast and the universe is so diverse that you can't necessarily always know how and what, where, when, or why. You know what I mean? So it's really the faith and the belief in oneself to keep pushing and keep going, even through the most trying times. Sun position, the Hermit, another 9, right? So we've grown up, we've matured from that Magician energy. Now the Magician has turned into the Hermit, honey. Higher knowledge. And it's higher knowledge that comes from experience, right? From walking the distance, going the distance, right? And it's also higher knowledge, intelligence, right? Jupiter is actually the esoteric ruler of Aquarius. I know, right? Aquarius rules the lower leg, the ankles, right? Exposed here at the bottom. You know? You might be dealing with Aquarius energy. Virgo energy. Okay. Capricorn energy underlying, because we have that energy. You know, and this is through all of these years and things like this, because the Hermit is connected to time as well, right? The Hermit is connected to time as well. You know, it's about time that something had started to occur. And I'm not saying that it hasn't for you, because it has. And you're like, for you, you've been saying it's about time too, kind of. right? I feel like you have. And the Hermit here says, it's about time, turning a corner, right? Ready to have a new experience, about to have a new experience for sure. Ciao. That's some more. I like it. Okay, so the Hermit, yeah. You've outgrown the past version of yourself. Okay, because my chart ruler is up there. Ooh. So, outgrown a past version of yourself, right? It's time to leave something behind. You need some new clothes, too. Which is basically saying, like, now it's time to wear the badge proudly of where you've been. Wear that badge of experience. And I'm not saying know-it-all experience. I'm saying the experience. Because this is a humbled experience. Nevertheless, knowledge and wisdom that is valued at a very high price that you can't actually sell. I cannot sell you what I know. I cannot sell you what I have experienced. Maybe I can write some things on it, you know. But I can't be direct about it. I can't give you the answer that you might be looking for if you want to know how to get to that point of self-mastery. Because we are always going through it. We are always changing because the Hermit is mutable, right? Well, you'll never know the actual everything. You'll never know all the answers, but you have to keep moving if you don't even know all the answers, right? That's why the Hermit is connected to the moon, because you only see one side of it and all the entire time that you are here on this earth. So that means that there are some things that you just will never know, but you have to trust and believe what you do. Right, Felicia? Is somebody gonna pop the question? What the Four of Wands? You better go somewhere. Is somebody gonna... This music goes well with this card. Oh, let's jump into the pool. This is giving me LA. Or Las Vegas. Who's moving? Who's moving? Because this is Venus being in her 12th house, which is her naturally being exalted. She likes being in the 12th house, even though it's Venus in Aries, but it's Venus being in the 12th house. So it's accidentally exalted from where she originates in Taurus, right? But then we're also thinking about where it is from Libra, where it also originates. 7 houses. So we're dealing with relationships here, and this is in the moon position. And what did I say about that moon? There are some things that you just will never know, or there are some things that you will just never be able to delve into to understand the full ring-a-ding-ding-dong. You know what I mean? Not this song, honey. I can't wait. You know, I love you, I love you. Okay, make sure you do your protection, okay? Shit. Not in my house. What is this one called? Scrapple from the Apple. Right. I do like that song, but I'm not gonna take you there, okay? Shit. What the hell's going on? Right, but we heard it, right? We heard it. We heard what that was. So make sure you get your armor up. Get your armor up. You know what I mean? Get your armor up. Right? We ain't about that life. We about that light, as you can see. We're illuminated. But the Four of Wands is a beautiful card. It is being satisfied. It's a humbling as well experience. It is a humbling experience here, for sure. Nevertheless, I know we won't know all the answers, but it's definitely a humbling experience. Right? Oh, how am I gonna, okay, I'm gonna do it in front of all these people I know, you know. Everyone's gonna know if I can actually, you know, swim or not. Right? I feel the pressure a little bit. So some of you are feeling some emotional pressure. What is this? This is Aries. Aries rules the head, right? So maybe some of you are in your head about something too much. Giving yourself maybe a headache over something. Right? Or you're in your head about something. Butterflies in the stomach, that kind of thing. Some of you are wondering if somebody is actually attracted to you. You're like, are they? I can't really tell. I know what that is. Okay, let's look at the, what is this? It is, what is this card? I'm a little bit. Anxieties and disappointments. Well, that's only because, like, when I travel, like, I'm like, whoa, where am I? My body's like, whoa, you like, whoa, where are you? 9 of Swords. Okay, so this is kind of like disappointment in something. But it's disappointment in not knowing what, right? So you're kind of leading yourself into misinformation. You know, so beware of leading yourself into misinformation, and that is regarding media, that's regarding news, that's regarding, you know, trying to figure out the answers to the questions that you may have, but may not actually really know. Because it's the 9 of Swords, and the 9 is talking about information and communication, but then it's also connected to the Hermit and the Moon, which is saying there are some things that will never be known, so there's no point in driving yourself crazy over it. You know what I mean? Right here. Right? That's kind of like what they're doing. Huh. Mars in Gemini. Mars being in Gemini is Mars being in the 3rd house, overthinking, burning thinking, right? All over the place, in your head, constantly, right? Right. Jumping to conclusions, for sure. But you should, we might want to not be doing that. Not be doing it, you know? And it could be other things too, right? Right? We could be just making ourselves think things that, like, aren't necessarily true. And it's not necessarily because we're, like, lying to ourselves or we're trying to, like, force a narrative, although this could be a forced narrative, like you trying to force a narrative, being like, no, it's probably be this is that, and it's not any of that. You know what I mean? But then this also could be things that, you know, you may fear, right? And so that is what is driving it, because the Moon is connected to that thing of, like, never really knowing, so it's kind of afraid, right? Just because of being in the dark about something, or, like, you know, it's not even really, I don't know, this card is so beautiful to me. I don't know why I like it, but you're getting to be a habit. Another Mars card. You could be dealing with an Aries Scorpio or Capricorn. This is Scorpio, so maybe you're dealing with that energy. Whoever it's coming from, it could be you or them, right? Five of Cups is Mars and Scorpio. This is Mars being 8 houses from where it originates, and also it being like in the house that it originates. So it's about me, and feelings, and it's about my feelings, right? So this could be selfish feelings, right? You know, because this is someone who could just be thinking about how they're affected by something, because it's a 5, and that's connected to the 5th house, which is what you rule. And this is Mars being, 4 houses from you. So this squares you. This has that feeling of Cancer, emotions, right? But this is the way that this house handles the emotions. It's like, don't give too much power, don't give too much control, and don't let your emotions limit you in the ways that they might be. Don't be driven, Mars, by fear, Scorpio, okay? Because you attract the energy that you harbor, right? Because it is connected to the Hierophant. So it's the possession, the obsession, maybe. It could also be just the power of the emotional awareness that you might be experiencing, Could be connected to family, could be a relationship, could be work. Some of you might even be dealing with you might be wanting to quit something, or you might be wanting to take on more of a leadership role somewhere and you're not able to in some kind of way. Some of you might be wanting to sign a lease or something and be the person that is on that lease or something like that. It could be that type of situation, right? With these 5s being here. It could be a relationship, right? I did mention that. And this could be kind of like a marriage type situation. Or it could be like something that you might be feeling in terms of like the parent situation. Maybe your parents, maybe your grandparents. This card is connected to death just because it's Scorpio. So it's kind of like a transformation. So you might be feeling somehow unable to control or unable to fix something. Or unable to stop something, and you may just need to realize here that this also is a card of power too, because it's what happens after this card too, which I'm just making that connection. It's great. Which is the 6 of Cups, right? But this 5 of Cups energy is here, and it's saying that you're going through some dark night. Not dark night, but dark midday energy. Because it's in the middle of a conflict. So this is something that was inevitable and that was going to happen at some point, but it was going to be in the middle of your experience. So it was not something that was going to be going on to finish out the last half of your life or whatever this thing is here. This is so crazy. What am I saying tonight? What's going on? The Fool in the Venus position. For you to achieve harmony, you have to be willing to let go of all of the things that you once identified with. Sorry. I had a sore throat like maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. And then when I went on vacation, it was like at the end of that, I was over the sore throat and I just was congested, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, could have been allergies. Anyway, the Fool card is here. This is connected to like Aquarius. It is Uranus, and Uranus is the disruptor, you know? So this could be a relationship that has been disrupted, or maybe you just feel like kind of maybe abandoning something, like the conversation, because the Fool is connected to like a discussion or a conversation, right? And it's like not, it's like, you know, not being able to convince someone something, so then and not being able to be convinced by a certain group of something, and so kind of like basically having faith to go it alone in some kind of way. And the Fool is also a rebalancing of spirit and energy, you know? Uranus is electrifying, and it is energy, right? So you need to clear out your energy. You need to clear your energy out in airy environments, right? And like trees and things like that. That's an airy environment, right? You need to be around clean air. Some of you might even need to be around mountains or something like that, or landscapes, right? Because that's what the Fool is giving me here. Some of you could even just be needing to like you know, talk to animals, right? So it's communicating with nature in some kind of way. It's kind of like the star card, but not, right? It's just a different type of environment. So it's like you need to be in a different environment. There needs to be something that is new, that's introduced into the harmony of your life, right? Or something that brings harmony into your life needs to be introduced, right? So that might be something that you want to start to just kind of like venture out and experience something new. This also could be like new friends, right? Just because it could be a new relationship too. This could be something that starts out as a friendship that becomes a relationship or something like that from some of you Leos out there. I don't know. I'm just thinking that maybe that could be it. But the Fool is definitely Uranus, Aquarius. It could even be Libra energy, right? Chartreuse. Because, you know, the Fool is 0 and Uranus is the esoteric ruler of Libra. And this is a esoteric Libra card in the Venus position. Whoa! And Venus is the esoteric ruler of Gemini, and it is in Gemini right now. And that is giving me, you know, Mercury as well, but the higher octane of Mercury is Uranus. So, I mean, you could be dealing with any of those air signs coming in. But like I said, you need to be around that type of energy, either in nature or either outside. Right? Yeah. You need to also kind of like get out to ground your energy. You know, your energy might have been too weighed down, so you got to get out to lighten it up, right? You want to do that, right? You need some space too, especially if you're going to be carrying this thing with you, right? Wowza. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what these future cards are going to be, y'all. Oh. Yo. Ciao. 5 of Pentacles. You know, It's connected to the Five of Cups, and it makes sense. You know, they oppose each other. And, this is definitely kind of like having to say goodbye to something that you were maybe conditioned to expect. And you won't be able to recreate the same thing, maybe. Only because I used to get this card a lot. Like 3 years ago. And this is a card of family. It's a card of relationships. It's Mercury and Taurus. Mercury wants to be able to communicate, or wants to be able to have movement, right? It's not even debilitated, but it almost feels like it is. It's like trying to make something work that doesn't anymore. You know? Because Mercury could just kind of like stay in this loop of something, and then it's like not growing. So this is saying that you weren't growing in something, in this relationship, or you're not growing at this job, right? Or these are not family, these are family members or people that you are living with perhaps that aren't growing, or they're not changing. Someone is not changing, and that's where the trouble is. So you've got to keep it moving so that you're not, you know, stuck in this pattern with whoever these people are that you wish would change. The limiting ways. It could be you, right? Because it's a 5. You are the 5th house. Right? Because this is a castle that someone has built. That is not going to change. So in order to experience a different type of energy, you have to leave that castle where the conditions, everything is conditioned there, right? Some of you could be experiencing some sort of like, yeah, basically that's it. I'm not gonna go on. The Protector is in your future. It's good. It's growth. It's movement. It's things changing naturally. And it's waiting for those things to kind of like just manifest, and waiting for those things to mature. Those contracts perhaps, or those ideas that have already, or have been seeds that have been planted that are just meant to grow, or just meant to be waited out with time, right? So we just have to wait something out with time. And I'm not saying like wait something out. I'm saying like, you know, things have already been initiated for whatever to happen, you know, and they will happen when they're meant to happen. That's what this is saying to me. And it is the Protector, right? So this could be nature protecting you from things, right? This could be Venus really working for you in some aspect of your chart, synergistically right now, making sure that you're getting the things that you need. Right? You're getting your needs met while you're undergoing this this intubation process, right? So it's almost like you want to kind of be in this like almost hermit mode. But it is a 3, and Mercury rules the 3rd house, and Mercury is also connected to Virgo, which is like the Virgin, but this is not. But there is an element of purity here. So this is a purity stage, and you need to allow it to be that. So we're purifying something, darling. I've never gotten that with this card, but I'll take it. All right now. It's funny, I just brought something back with me from Atlanta, and it's kind of in this photo. The Judgment card. All right, let's give you a look at this. What is going on, honey? Bam, bing, bam, boom, bing, bam. Oh no, honey. Pluto, the higher octane of Mars, coming in and seeing things from a distance. But right now we can see things from a distance. Now we have perspective. Now we have a little bit more of a scope of the situation. And we are understanding that we achieve balance through forgiving ourselves, because there are some things that you just cannot control. It is part of the experience. And sometimes part of the experience is pain, because we have to take the pleasure with the pain. Wow. That Judgment card, it's a 2, so it's talking about something that you probably already felt anyway. You've thought about it. You know, and the Judgment card talks about the power of letting go and the beauty of, you know, detoxifying your spirit, you know. So the Judgment card definitely experiences or definitely gives us a sense of a detox, a cleansing, right? It's almost like looking in a mirror, you know. That's why the Judgment card is a 2, and it's connected to the High Priestess. So you're looking in a mirror, right? You're able to see yourself in this moment, but you're able to see how you have changed, right? But it's only because of what you're able to see from the past up until now. This is a relationship. Some of you guys could also even just be wanting to finally let go of a job, right? Stop holding on to something, or stop holding on to this relationship, right? And it's also no longer playing victim, right? Because it is connected to Pisces, because Pluto is actually the esoteric ruler of Pisces. Yeah. But I do believe that in esoteric astrology, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto still, I believe. I have to double check that. So yeah, you're definitely atoning for some things that you were not able to see before, that you are able to see now. You're in a protection phase as you are purifying your energy, because there is a new energy, there's a new spirit that is about to be born for you in, you know, the course of a year. 5 of Pentacles says you have to leave things behind that were limiting you. It could have just been phases of your life that were limiting to you. It doesn't have to be like the people. It's just the phases, and you know what you were doing then that, you know, you realized what you needed to realize at that phase, and now it's time to move on to a new phase because you're in a place of healing too. Definitely, I mean, with like the 5 of Pentacles and with the Judgment card, definitely a lot of healing happening, okay? Lots of healing, right? So you have to know to foster your energy, which means taking care of it when you know you need to, right? When it's sort of getting kind of like when you start to color outside of those lines, right? And we're just saying, like, you know, we know we don't stay inside the lines, but right. But just speaking metaphorically, right? Because, you know, there's only so much that a person can do if they're pregnant. And if you're pregnant now, you're definitely going to start getting healthier. You're definitely going to start, you know, thinking about what it is that you're putting into your body, right? You're definitely going to start thinking about, you know, taking better care of yourself, right? Because you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, and you need to remember that. Especially when you're under a lot of pressure here, right? All right, Leo. Wow, I did a reading. Oh my gosh. Whoa, I'm back. I did. Still Taurus season, so I'm still in that fixed energy, right, Leo? You see what I mean? I'm about to upload this, right? And then maybe I'll hit y'all up with some proofreads soon. All right. Bye. Oh, like, share, and subscribe, darlings. Hit that subscribe button no matter who you are, where you are, right? But you need to behave yourselves. Follow me on Instagram. Well, I haven't done this in a long time. Follow me on Instagram. It is Providence Tarot, and my personal account is NYC Kendrick. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. If I owe you a reading, just know that it is coming. Again, that is providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. And if you would like to get a personal reading with me in person here in New York City, you know, I am at Shanti Thursday through Sunday, 4 to 8. That means that I leave at 8, and my last reading finishes at 8. And on Thursday, sometimes I will read virtually, but I can read you over the phone, or I can read you over FaceTime, darling. Right, Felicia? Okay, I hope you don't mind her sitting in your reading today. Only the Dean of the School of Fine Arts at Howard University, okay? Check the description box. I will leave information there if you'd like to donate to the channel, or if you'd just like to be reminded of all of my other pages and things like that. Also, NYC Kendrick is on TikTok. I mean, I have like one post there, but it's kind of funny, you know. And I'll leave it there until I post another something. Anyway, I am going on and on and on, and I'm tired as hell. Feeling tired as hell. Okay. Oh my God.